difference, but ultimately
ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
it may not be fair.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
ಬೇಡ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು. ಅದು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಂತೆ, ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ
ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ
ಏನೋ he died. ಸೇಮ್ ಹೆಸರಿನವರು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರಂತೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬಂದ್ರು ಹಾಕಿ.
ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಹೆಸರಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸೇರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ
ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ.
ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಯಾರ ಬದುಕಿರೋರ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ.
That he is not in a position to come to court. He is
not in a position ಗೂ not there ಗೂ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ.
Correct. First initially he was examined.
ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ
17th defendant task. Amendment application filed with the 20th defendant.
No sir, how did you kill a man that was alive?
Mistake. What
ಒಂದು ಅಯ್ಯ ಹಾಕದ, he is dead.
Amendment application filed with the 20th defendant.
No sir, how did you kill a man that was alive?
Mistake.
What ಒಂದು ಅಯ್ಯ ಹಾಕದ, he is dead ಅಂತ. Then he walks in for cross examination.
Not
ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಬಾಲಿವುಡ್ pot boiler ಇದ್ದ.
What happened was he filed a suit for partition in separate position, and he was examined.
Correct.
First initially he was examined.
ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ
17th defendant taskfully that he is not in a position to come to court. He is
not in a position ಗೂ not there ಗೂ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ.
Thereafter what happened was the application was allowed. Then he sent somebody to that village. There is one more person called the same name. They said he is already dead. Then he filed because intention.
Yeah, the dead man alive title.
Immediately when he appeared, immediately cross-examined him and filed an application the very next day to delete that. It may not make much difference, but ultimately
ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
It may not be fair.
ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ
ಬೇಡ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು. ಅದು
ಯಾಕೆ
ultimately
MS ರಾಮಯ್ಯಗೆ ಏನ್ ತೊಂದರೆ? ಎಸ್
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು
1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಣ. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಯಾರ ಬದುಕಿರೋರ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಯಾರೋ
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
What happened was,
and you have signed on the affidavit that the man is dead. Next date he comes and for the court.
Their representative was there. Some reasonable cost.
Reasonable cost. 5 ಲಕ್ಷ.
Ultimately
1 ಲಕ್ಷ.
Other legal cell authority are also reasonable.
Without verification, how did you file, sir?
But they are not. Your lordship knows, but all there are institutions. Some persons will come and said, and they have taken signature and they filed it. Immediately he regretted. Your lordship may kindly see the affidavit filed by him. I sincerely regret for.
It's definitely abuse if you kill a man that is alive.
ಅದು there is a COVID ಅಂತೆ, ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ
ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ
ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಹೆಸರಿನವರು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ he died. ಸೇಮ್ ಹೆಸರಿನವರು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಇದರಿಂದ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರಂತೆ, ಇವ್ರು ಬಂದ್ರು ಹಾಕಿ.
ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಹೆಸರಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸೇರಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ.
ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, ಆಗಿದೆ. That is a mistake, genuine mistake. He has regretted for filing that type of an affidavit and withdrawn. That is the reason he filed an amendment immediately. But even if he had kept quiet, nothing could have happened. Still,
there's a movie, Dead Men Walking.
That is the reason why he filed an application. Please permit me to withdraw that statement. And one, of course, additional statement will be explaining the first paragraph of the written statement. That's all. Second, of course, nothing. But first paragraph, I also feel that they could not have filed that type of an application without properly verifying whether the same Doddatimaya or some other Doddatimaya. COVID ಇತ್ತು, ತಿರುಗಿದ್ರು, ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರೇನೋ. that is what the
ಅಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹಾಕೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್
ಅಲ್ಲ, immediately very next day he has filed.
Next day ಅಲ್ಲ, next hearing date.
Hearing.
ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ he appeared
cross-examined and the same
cross-examined.
What happened was he appeared and he was shocked. Then the advocate cross-examined him, then informed him. Immediately he filed an application. It was not correct.
ಆಯ್ತು, ಒಂದು 50,000 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಣ.
Ultimately I leave to your lordship.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೀವಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ 5 ಲಕ್ಷದಿಂದ 50,000
ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಅಷ್ಟೇ. 10 ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡು.
Legal cell authority, sir.
No, advocates clerks fund. Yes,
grateful.
Heard the learned counsel, heard the learned petitioner is before this court calling in question an order of the concerned court which declines to delete or expunge the paragraphs in an affidavit filed by the present petitioner before the concerned court, killing a man who was alive. Oh, correct. Killing a man who was alive. The petitioner, 8th defendant, before the concerned court, files an application, defendant number 20, sorry, files an application reporting the death of, ಯಾರದು?
First plaintiff.
Reporting the death of the first plaintiff, who was 87 years old. First or second?
First, second plaintiff transpose ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 8 defendant
First plaintiff. The reason for filing the said affidavit reporting the death of the first plaintiff was twofold. One, the second plaintiff transposing himself as plaintiff number 1 on the score that he is not in a position to attend the court proceedings.
Plaintiff number 2.
Plaintiff number 2 transposing himself to the place of plaintiff number 1 on the score that he is unable to attend the court proceedings. And the other, on verification, it was found that Doddatamaya, the first plaintiff, was no more due to COVID. Both these reasons were erroneous, as Doddatamaya on the next date of hearing appears before the court and tenders his evidence. Therefore, it was a case where dead men are walking. The learned senior counsel appearing for the petitioner submits that it was an error on the part of the petitioner to have filed such an application without due verification. In that, the concerned court ought to have pardoned the mistake of the defendant number 20. In the light of the said submission, as also the suit examination and cross-examination being over, the reason for filing the said affidavit being partially acceptable, I deem it appropriate to allow the petition and grant the prayer that is granted to the petitioner by imposing cost of rupees 50,000. 87 years old kottpudi. 50,000 to be paid by the petitioner to the first plaintiff who is still alive.
And the second amendment is only a formal amendment, but explaining the first paragraph.
Both the applications allowed.
One the application one there, 2 amendments we sought. One is deleting the
I am allowing the application.
The 8th defendant transposed as second plaintiff.
8th defendant transposed as?
Defendant filed an application to transpose himself as a second